Again, everybody, I'm Chris. I'm all set to count down this week's 40 most popular country songs in the nation as are ranked by MediaBase 24/7 for the chart week of August 19th, 2023. Before I get started with this week's countdown, let's take a look back at last week's top three. At number 3 was Fast Car by Luke Combs. Number 2 was Need a Favor by Jelly Roll. And the number 1 song last week was You, Me, and Whiskey by Justin Moore and Priscilla Block. Now, can Justin and Priscilla hang on at number 1 again this week? We'll find out 39 hits from now. First, we'll get started with the latest by Hardy. He slips a notch to number 40 with Truck Bed. And we have one re-entry this week here, a song that fell out the countdown last week. This week it's back in at number 39, the latest by Darius Rucker called Fires Don't Start Themselves. And with that one re-entry, one song is off the chart this week. That's Next Thing You Know by Jordan Davis. Right on with the countdown for a second week at number 38, the latest by Nate Smith called World on Fire. At number 37, now here's a song that debuted actually last week at number 40. I didn't mention it because of a miscalculation, but it debuted last week at number 40, and this week it's up 3 to number 37, Morgan Wallen with Thinking About Me. At number 36 for a third week, it's Brian Kelly with See You Next Summer. Up 2 to number 35, third week on the chart, here's Chris Stapleton with White Horse. Up 1 to number 34, Gabby Barrett with Glory Days. Up 1 to number 33, it's Riley Green and Luke Combs with Different Round Here. Up 1 to number 32, Chase Beckham with 23. And moving up 1 to number 31, it's Jackson Dean with Fearless. In their 12th week in the countdown, they climb 1 to number 30. Brothers Osborne with Nobody's Nobody. Up 1 to number 29, it's George Burge and Mind on You. For the 4th week in a row at number 28, it's Connor Smith with Creek Will Rise. And spending its 4th week in a row at number 27, Mitchell Tenpenny with We Got History. Making a big 3-point jump to number 26 is Dan and Shay with Save Me the Trouble. Up 1 to number 25, Ashley McBride with Light On in the Kitchen. In his 20th week on the chart, he climbs 1 to 24, Chris Jansen with All I Need Is You. Up 1 to 23, it's Dustin Lynch with Stars Like Confetti. Up 1 to 22, it's Dylan Scott with Can't Have Mine. And the 21st ranked song this week, up 1, it's Kelsey Ballerini and If You Go Down. In her 36th week on the chart, she climbs back up 1 to number 20, Hailey Whitters and Everything She Ain't. At number 19 for the 3rd week in a row, it's Russell Dickerson with God Gave Me a Girl. Up 2 spots to number 18, Jason Aldean with Try That in a Small Town. Up 1 to number 17, Morgan Wallen with Think Everything I Love. At number 16 for a 3rd week, Tim McGraw with Standing Room Only. Up 2 spots to number 15, Lainey Wilson with Watermelon Moonshine. At number 14, up 1, Chris Young with Looking for You. In his 13th week on the 40, up 1 to 13, it's Luke Bryan with But I Got a Beer in My Hand. At number 12, up 1, Cole Swindell with Drink-A-Bye. And here's a song that's been on the chart for 9 months and still climbing. This week up 1 to 11, it's Parmalee with Girl in Mine. Alright, moving up 1, racking up his 3rd top 10 hit, it's Bailey Zimmerman at number 10 with Religiously. For the 4th week in a row at number 9, the former number 1 hit by Tyler Hubbard called Dancing in the Country. Up 2 spots to number 8, it's Thomas Rhett with Angels. Here's last week's number 1, falling to number 7, Justin Moore and Priscilla Block with You, Me, and Whiskey. Down a spot to number 6, the recent number 1 hit by Morgan Wallen called Last Night. Up 2 spots to number 5, it's Kane Brown with Bury Me in Georgia. At number 4, moving up 2 spots, John Party with Your Heart or Mine. Up 1 this week to number 3, it's Luke Combs with Love You Anyway. And back-to-back hits again for Luke this week as he's at number 2 with his former number 1 hit called Fast Car. And the number 1 song in country music this week, this song was number 1 2 weeks ago, fell to 2 last week. This week it moves back up to number 1, making it 2 non-consecutive weeks at the top. It's Jelly Roll's second number 1 country hit called Need a Favor. Thank you for listening. I'm Chris. See you next week, everybody.